So what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, guys. I am David. On today's episode, I'm going to show you guys a little glimpse at my small, very small wood business that we run here. It's more of a hobby thing than it is anything else, but we do sell some little 5-hour stacks. We're going to be building a basket that I house my wood in. I'm going to build one of those on film for you guys today so you can see what that looks like. It's the same concept if you watch Hometown Acres. If not, check his channel out, guys. Adam, what's up? And they have metal totes that they use typically for like putting water in or syrup or whatever you put in those metal totes. I'm pretty sure you can put a variety of things in them. They take the metal structure, they cut it up a little bit, and they put wood, and he puts wood in that particular structure. Now it's the same exact concept, only I do it out of pallet wood because I can get free pallets. So I don't want to spend the money to spend 20-30 bucks a pop or 20, whatever it may be, to buy each individual basket when I can get free pallets and just build one. So, and then also it's a bonus because I have a carry-all for this Kioti CK2610, which you guys will see today. And the carry-all, actually, the forks on the back of it stick right into the pallet. So if I ever need a lot of weight out back, I go grab one of those baskets full of wood, and it allows me to lift up a lot more with the grapple bucket up front, or allows me the full potential of this guy up front, because it's a ton of weight on the backside of it. I haven't weighed it, but it's got to be a good couple 100 pounds. So I use it for that also. We're going to give you guys a glimpse today. We're going to show you the log splitter. We're going to show you the small wood pile that we got. My little bucking station that I use to buck logs at. I got to split some wood today. So let's get it on, guys. We're going to start in right here at the bucking station. This is what I use to for the smaller diameter stuff. You know, you can see some on the ground here that are already cut up. I usually cut them to about 12-inch length, and that's just because my in-laws, their fireplace doesn't do anything more than 14 inches, and I like to give him wood as needed. So with that said, I don't want to go 16s and then cut an individual pile for him and then, you know, go back to 16. So I just cut everything in right around anywhere between 12 to 14 inches, and nobody seems to complain, nobody seems to really care, and it works out perfectly for me. So this is my cool little bucking station, nothing special whatsoever. I keep a sacrificial log right there just so when I put whatever I'm putting on top and I just cut, I can cut right to that log and it falls right off. It's perfect. And this is going to be our little wood pile. I mean, it's not that much wood. I do have a small little honey hole of something that looks just very similar right next door to my sister's house. The gentleman or the lady there, they took down a bunch of trees and they said I can have all that wood out there. So I got a similar pile over next door to my sister's, but this is on my property right now. And this is what I'm working with. It looks pretty good. I mean, some of the bigger stuff that we can't, like this guy right here, that won't go on that bucket station, that won't fit onto this, we'll just put it on the ground and cut it up and roll it and cut it into our 12-inch lengths or 12 to 14-inch lengths. So here is the log splitter. Now this is a 2-way log splitter, so it splits going this way and a split coming back that way. So it's a pretty nice log splitter from Harbor Freight, actually. It's a Predator engine, 212cc engine, gas engine. And you can tow it if you need to tow it or whatever the case may be. It's not a bad log splitter by any means. I actually don't mind it. As a one-man operation, you can do with the normal log splitter and not have one that goes both ways just as fast, I feel. Now as a 2-man operation on this, you get through things a lot faster, and as a 3-man operation, you can split wood so fast because somebody's just bringing, somebody's just taking, and somebody's on the lever. So, you know, with 2 people, it's definitely very efficient. And actually, this is actually a friend of mine, Joseph's log splitter. It's actually not mine because I didn't want to make the $1,500 investment into a log splitter because I actually want a commercial grade log splitter. And if my little log business can be decently successful and can fund its own log splitter, then I will let it do that. Granted, it can fund this log splitter, but there was just no reason when Joseph is a really good friend of mine, and because of that, he was like, hey, don't waste your money, don't waste the money, use my log splitter, I don't need it all the time, split what you gotta split, do what you gotta do. And so now we're saving up money via the little log business that we have to buy ourselves something decent. I want something decent, a timber wolf or maybe an Easton made, something with a box wedge on it, something decent. Something bigger rather, not even decent, because this is decent, but something bigger. So that's the log splitter, guys. Now, here's my little electric log splitter. This guy usually is up against my house, and I just use this little guy for splitting kindling up. Get a couple pieces of, get some smaller wood, throw it up here, and I think this thing is about 5 ton. And honestly, the thing is, it's pretty, I mean, to be such a tiny little electric log splitter, there's not much I've thrown at this thing within reason that it hasn't gotten through. I've even put some bigger things on this, and it has split it just fine. So it's pretty impressive, but I use it mostly for kindling. All right, back at the Kioti CK2610. This is going to be the carry-all out back here. Now it's a county line. I got this from Tractor Supply. Now these are the forks that I spoke of before. And now those stab right into a pallet. Very fortunate, I might add, because I don't have pallet forks just yet for up front, in which I will get them as time goes on and money becomes more available, and I can prove to myself that I actually need them. I just don't want to be buying stuff just to be buying stuff, although I would love to, but it's just not in the cards when having 2 small children. So I just can't buy to be buying it. That said, this works to pick up pallets. Everything that's on pallets that I need to pick up, this picks up just fine. I cannot, however, lift anything into like a bed of a truck without having it up front. If I had pallet forks up front, I can lift it and put it right into the bed of a truck, or put something into the bed of a truck. Unfortunately, this is as high as this one goes. If you can see it, that's probably, I don't know, 15 inches, 20 inches off the ground, maybe something like that. And that's as high as that's going to go. But it does serve the purpose of moving stuff around the property that is on pallets. So let's go build ourselves a box. Alright, so this is one of the boxes. When I speak of building a box, this is what it looks like here. As you can see, we piled it up with wood. This is the front side of it. Cut a little gap here. We fill it up with wood. And it works really nicely. Does the trick. And we can stab with the pallet fork and with the carry-all. So it's a beautiful thing. This is actually the pallet version of that 1.0. This is the first one I built. I laid the pallet sideways instead of long. Like these are long ways, and these are this way. So I preferred it this direction. I felt that was a better go for me. But I did do this, and I just used some pallets to brace it left and right, and this one works too. As you can see, they're full of wood. It's perfect because that way, if we get any kind of snowstorms or anything like that, I can just come grab 1 or 2 of these and just bring them on up front if I need them. And right now we need to build another one, so let's go. So this is a very self-explanatory kind of a thing here. You're just going to take the pallets, stand them up, screw them in to the bottom, screw them into each other. Now I use just random screws from if I have to take a project apart and I don't want to reuse the screws for anything structural. I use them for these kind of projects. So I got a bucket, actually a small bowl full of just random screws that I use, and we're just going to screw it around. Then we're going to cut out a little bit, notch out a little bit, and then we're going to call it good. Let's begin. All right, so I had to take this one back off because I forgot. It's easier to go ahead and screw in here and in here when you got them facing this side. Just to go ahead and screw into it all. And down at the bottom, if you can just walk in here, it's just way easier. So I took the 2 screws out of that. We're gonna leave these guys up. I'm just gonna put a bunch of screws in randomly throughout the whole entire thing, and then put the face back on, do a bunch of screwing in on this. And I probably use, I don't know, 10, 12 screws. I really don't go too heavy on the overkill on these screws. And that's it. Let's go. All right, as you can see, this is a quick, easy build. Just a bunch of screws, just toss them on in wherever you see fit. I have no rhyme or reason. If it looks like it's loose, I just throw a screw in it. So no rhyme or reason to it. Couple at the bottom, couple in the middles, you know, on the sides, and a couple at the bottom, all the way around. That's it, guys. Next, we're just gonna grab a Sawzall and we're just gonna notch this out. Notch it, notch it, notch it, and notch it. Now, if the pallet wood itself is any good, I will take these and make signs out of them. So I repurpose that wood and make signs out of it. If it's completely gone and I can't use it for any kind of rustic project, it can go right to the pit fire or the fire pit. So quick box built, guys. I mean, that took moments, guys. I mean, I probably all did this for 15 minutes maybe, and that's just because I'm filming also. So there it is. This is what it looks like up close and personal here. Then inside. Now I just happen to have a pallet that had a full bottom like that, and so I am using it. But typically they look like every other pallet with all the spaces in them down there, and whatever. But this is a good sturdy base to put a lot of weight into, because these things got to weigh, I don't know, upwards of a couple 100 pounds for sure. So, all right, it's time to go split some wood. Let's get after it. I wanted to give you guys a look at my setup. This is usually how I do it as a one-man operation. Because sometimes I got friends over, you know, have a couple beers, light the fire pit up, our pit fire up, however you want to say it, and have ourselves a good time. But this is my setup when I'm usually working by myself. I use the Kioti CK2610 with the bucket on it instead of the grapple, and obviously I put all my stuff that I'm going to split right there. And the log splitter's here. The basket that I fill up is right there. And typically when I'm splitting wood, I like to at least fill up one of these. Let's get started. All right, so it's all done. There it is, nice and filled, looking really good. We're super excited. Also, side note, I forgot to mention that that log splitter is a 20-ton log splitter. Also, what I forgot to mention is there's a separate pile. That pile over there, that's all softwood, pines and spruce or old stuff like that for the pit fire over there. So when I have friends over, we're not burning all my hardwood. We're burning that kind of stuff. Or when me and Shannon just like to come out with the kids and have a little pit fire, do some s'mores or something like that, or just have a fire and enjoy ourselves with some music, or bring out the movie screen or whatever we may do. There's some soft wood so we don't go through all our good stuff. So that's gonna be it, guys. Let's go ahead and grab this guy up and move it to the back part of the property. right, guys, so that's it for today. The box is built, it's filled. Pretty cool little process. So this is all really, relatively speaking, pretty new to me. I'm still developing this little box here, which I think is going to work out perfectly. And I can build a bunch of them because I get pallets for free, like I said. So I'm going to build a lot of them. And as you can see, I only have a couple here, so I don't really have a ton of seasoned firewood for sale at this time. But I do have a plethora of wood to split up, and we're going to be splitting over the next couple weeks. Not even to catch up to anything, but just to get the wood to start seasoning, at least for next year. So we're excited. Everything is coming along. I'll keep you guys posted on this. Feel free to look at some more of my videos, guys. Also, I'm coming up on my 50 hour for the Kioti CK2610. So we're going to be doing an oil change or whatever is required at the 50 hour mark. So stay tuned for that video, because I will bring you guys along with me for that journey. Other than that, that's it, guys. So 2 things. Don't forget to take the time to enjoy what you do. And don't forget, work does not do itself. So don't be afraid to get out there and get after it.